Hello. On to Genesis 39. I'm back in the car. I just did like an Amazon route right after I did a night shift at my job at the hospital. So I'm pretty tired, but it's been a fun day, to be honest with you. So we're gonna get this chapter in, and then gonna go work out, go to the grocery, then go to bed, and maybe call it a night. I might go out later, or just go out in the morning. I have plans in the morning if I don't cancel them. I'm the king of canceling. So life of an introvert. So here we are, chapter 39. Joseph in Potiphar's house. Now when Joseph arrived in Egypt with the Ishmaelite traders, he was purchased by Potiphar. Remember, Joseph was sold. So I had to remind myself of that. A member of the personal staff of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Potiphar was the captain of the palace guard. The Lord was with Joseph and blessed him greatly as he served in the home of his Egyptian master. So if you think about that, the Lord was with him. Maybe Joseph knew that, maybe he didn't. I'm just getting started on this chapter, but if he did, just think about your circumstances. And this happens to me too, where it's just like, woe is me, or this sucks, or something. But he was sold, and maybe he understands that God is with him, so he's all good. So that's the way we should handle things a lot, is like, no matter where we are, we're good, good or bad, Potiphar noticed this. The Lord was with Joseph and blessed him greatly as he served in the home of his Egyptian master. Potiphar noticed this and realized that the Lord was with Joseph, giving him success in everything he did. So Joseph naturally became quite a favorite with him. Potiphar soon put Joseph in charge of his entire household and entrusted him with all his business dealings. From the day Joseph was put in charge, the Lord began to bless Potiphar for Joseph's sake. So Joseph naturally became quite a fit. Potiphar soon put Joseph in charge of his entire household and entrusted him with all his business dealings. From the day Joseph was put in charge, the Lord began to bless Potiphar for Joseph's sake. So Potiphar was being blessed because he noticed God was with him, and he's like, if God's with him, who can be against him? So he just decided to be on Joseph's side and all of that stuff. So I keep losing my place. From the day Joseph was put in charge, the Lord began to bless Potiphar for Joseph's sake. All his household affairs began to run smoothly, and his crops and livestock flourished. So Potiphar gave Joseph complete administrative responsibility over everything he owned. With Joseph there, he didn't have a worry in the world, except to decide what he wanted to eat. Now Joseph was a very handsome and well-built young man, and about this time Potiphar's wife began to desire him and invited him to sleep with her. But Joseph refused. Look, he told her, my master trusts me and everything in his entire household. No one here has more authority than I do. So he has held back nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How could I ever do such a wicked thing? It would be a great sin against God. So he's using his judgment here, because he's with God too. It's pretty self-explanatory there, but it's pretty good. Everyone sleeps with each other around here in the Bible so far. So he's refused to sleep with her, which is a good sign, All right. She kept putting pressure on him day after day, but he refused to sleep with her, and he kept out of her way as much as possible. One day, however, no one else was around when he was doing his work inside the house. She came and grabbed him by his shirt, demanding, "Sleep with me." Joseph tore himself away, but as he did, his shirt came off. She was left holding it as he ran from the house. When she saw that he had his shirt and that he had fled, she began screaming. Soon all the men around the place came running. "My husband has brought this Hebrew slave here to insult us," she sobbed. "He tried to rape me, but I screamed. When he heard my loud cries, he ran and left his shirt behind with me. She kept the shirt with her, and when her husband came home that night, she told him her story. That Hebrew slave you've had around here tried to make a fool of me," she said. "I was only saved by my screams. He ran out, leaving his shirt behind." Even if you're in the right, it's kind of scary, especially if there's no cameras back then. It's just word against mouth. All of that. Interesting things, because he refused so much. He should have just gone to Potiphar and said something. But who knows? It's their husband and wife, so he might not have had the opportunity. But I would have just been like, "Hey, your wifey's hitting on me. I don't get time for this. Keep me honest," all of that good stuff. So, but in the moment, you just never know. You can say that in hindsight. Yeah. So, after hearing his wife's story, Potiphar was furious. He took Joseph and threw him into the prison where the king's prisoners were held. But the Lord was with Joseph there too, and he granted Joseph favor with the chief jailer. Before long, the jailer put Joseph in charge of all of the other prisoners and over everything that happened in the prison. The chief jailer had no more worries about that, because Joseph took care of everything. The Lord was with him, making everything run smoothly and successfully. Let's see how long chapter 40 is before we disperse. I'm going to read chapter 41 before I go home, but I'm going to stop it here.